So we got Evan on the ride tonight. How's it going?
So far so good. Just got out of a part-time job, probably heading home to continue on my next one, which I'm actually a part-time gamer myself, have a YouTube channel and Twitch channel. Trying to make some major bank on the side. I'm actually looking at competing at a big tournament called CEO in Orlando, Florida for $20,000 for the game that I play, which is Injustice 2. So
Really?
yeah.
Oh, my bad, guys.
Oh yeah, it's all good.
I've been taking a few days off, and that's what I get. so yeah, Injustice 2, you said, huh?
Yeah, it's a fighting game with like superheroes and villains that end up going against each other. You can pick your character.
I'm not that old, man. No, but I do have. I only have the first one.
Oh.
so I am a little older, but no, I'm just kidding. But no, I love those games. Definitely a big. I'm a big comic book geek. On top of that,
yeah, same.
Love fighting and kicking people's butt.
Yeah, for me personally, Injustice 1 was actually my first fighting game ever. I never really picked up anything else. Yeah, I saw a bunch of superheroes kicking the crap out of each other, and I was like, why not? This should be fun. And then after
you're a big gamer, though.
Yeah, well, now I am. Yeah, that was my first game ever, though, that really started to put me on the map.
So
and just now.
Hold on a second. So you never played video games before Injustice, like big into it?
I did, but not to the same way of like a competitive setting where I was also playing for money or getting sponsored or anything like that.
So you're actually sponsored for playing Injustice 2 right now?
Yeah, working on it right now. Right now I have like only a very baby sponsor that's basically like, okay, we'll pay for your fare to get to a location like somewhere else in Florida. Sorry, car was driving by.
Yeah, I know. I am just lagging big time on this.
It's okay. But yeah, that's pretty much what I do as of right now.
That's really interesting, though. That's really cool. And you do it on YouTube? What's your YouTube channel?
Yeah, my YouTube channel is Dynamic Gaming, actually. It's got a big red D with a lightning bolt going through it because my main character is the Flash.
Oh, for real?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I love the Flash. I have to say, though, I'm more of a Marvel than a DC guy, though.
Hey, I mean, to be honest, I do like both, so I'm sorry to upset all the fans out there. They're like, oh, you can only be a fan of one or the other. I'm like, to be honest, I like some of both. Like, I really like, and not just because I play the character in the DC fighting game, but I really do like the Flash. I'm a fanboy of him. But there's tons of Marvel characters I love, too. I love Spider-Man. I definitely love some of the secondary characters that don't really get a lot of limelight either.
Right.
Especially from the Spider-Verse. But
when I was growing up, like, Batman and the Flash really were the only ones from DC. Like I like Superman. I actually, coincidentally, I'm wearing a Superman shirt right now, but just not as much. Like it was alright, you know what I mean? It was just too OP, I guess, for him to be like likable. I guess that's why they ended up killing him off. And anyways, but we're geeking out a little bit right now. But why not for the geeks out there?
Yeah, exactly. Why not?
The crazy thing is I've always been more of a Marvel, but Batman is probably my all-time favorite over everybody, even though he's not Marvel. But the funny thing is, like, when I was growing up, there was, like, the East Coast, West Coast, you know, the rap, you know, East Coast versus West Coast. And so there's a lot of kids were either growing up, you know, that or DC versus Marvel, you know what I mean? Those are the kids that weren't into them. Yeah. So I was in the middle of both battles. I was like,
Yeah, for me personally, I'm actually a really big fan as well of the Batman universe, just when it comes to villains and heroes. But of his, like, I guess, section of the DC universe, that's what I'm gonna call it, I'd say my favorite hero or villain would have to be Nightwing, in my opinion. I love what he turns into once he ends up growing up. I love his fighting style. I love
everything about
just the way he is. Yeah,
there's actually gonna be a new TV show. He's gonna be
with the Titans.
That's gonna be
This is actually crazy. So before I even made the gaming channel or anything like that, I made a regular Twitter and stuff, just my personal one, and I actually ended up running into the actor that was possibly going to play Nightwing, and he hit me up on the side. Yeah, I actually have it on this phone, And we started talking here, and then he's like, yeah, man, you should go check this out. There's going to be a Titan show. I was like, oh my God, are you serious? He's like, yeah, I'm looking to be Nightwing. I was like, yo, that's amazing. Good luck.
So before he even got the position, he was telling you about it, that he was going for it. That's awesome, though. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool, to be honest. I'm really hyped to see that show. I have high hopes for it. Please don't fail us. Please don't.
Well, they've been doing good. I'm a little surprised myself. Like, I'm kind of addicted to the Flash, and not kind of, I am. Like, but and I never thought, because it's campy, and I'm not big on that. Like, I loved the Daredevil because it was dark and gritty. And
yeah. I watched all of those as well. So, I just finished the Punisher last night.
Oh, really? Don't tell me. Don't tell me nothing. But no, but like that type of stuff is more like my style, you know. But like, for example, Arrow, like that's actually obviously a really good show. It started,
started all of it.
It's called the Arrowverse. It's not even called the Flashverse, even though the Flash is like the biggest name in it right now. And and that's the one I'm addicted to. I was literally, when I was eating dinner before I picked you up, I was watching The Legends of Tomorrow. Yep,
so I watched that as well. I watched Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow, The Flash. I started to watch a little bit of other shows too, just to see how it was, and I was with it for a couple seasons, but then I stopped watching it. I watched Gotham for a little bit.
Yeah, I liked like the first season, the second season a little bit, kind of. Then I watched like the first episode of the third season and fell off. But it was also, it's like they're giving Jim Gordon all the Batman's, like, all his stories and characters that he's put. So it's just like
it feels a little bit awkward.
Yeah, exactly. And then, but like, it was at least like on the border of being of dark and for like a mainstream television channel. And that's why, again, back to that, like, The Legend of Tomorrow is even probably more silly and campier than The Flash is, and for some reason I like that, and that's not really, like, what I expected, so kudos to that, and I'm the Titans, I'm actually expecting that to be a little more on the darker side, like Arrow, than...
Yeah, I actually think it's going to be a more darker of a pace, just because of the type of characters that they're going to be bringing to the table. So I know that Nightwing is definitely going to be a part of the cast. I've heard like speculation / talk about who else is going to be there, and I heard that like 2 of the characers, because like I do follow the Teen Titans.
If you watch like Teen Titans Go, that's pretty much the cast right there. Well, my daughter was like diehard. Like I have like the first 3 seasons downloaded, but no.
I'm talking about the original Teen Titans from...
But that's what they're going with. They're going with like Starfire and Beast Boy and Raven. And the Raven's father, I guess, is supposed to be...
a demon named Trigon,
Trigon, well, he's supposed to be, I guess, like the DC version of the devil, I guess. I don't know if how...
Version
like again, I was more of a Marvel guy, so I'm actually learning a lot of this stuff. And I think that might be why I like it now. You know what I mean? Whereas like the Marvel is cool because it's like reminiscent, and it's like the people that these Avengers coming out soon.
I can't wait to see that.
These are the people I read as a kid, and how they're coming to life. You know what I mean? So it's that nostalgia, but also with the DC shows, it's a new experience. I'm learning about these characters for the first time. So I guess it's
cool to see the learning
cool
experience
in another way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
the reason why I'm like a fan of both, sorry to cut you off, is like I love seeing those little instances where you see a character that was possibly fought over when it comes to like copyright issues or anything like that. And one of my favorite ones that's also getting a follow-up movie is Deadpool. I loved the first Deadpool movie, and I'm seeing how they're creating a second one. I have really high expectations for that one as well. But I'm really happy to see that like a character that's not usually as well known getting a lot of the spotlight and stuff. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And
even when I was a kid, like I said, I was pretty big in Marvel, and I was not
a big DC guy.
No, Deadpool. I didn't know.
Right.
Deadpool that much until recently.
Right. Yeah. What I was about to bring up was in DC and Marvel. So at the time, they both had created a character that was an assassin that went through a Weapon X program that they were trying to find the name for. The problem is that DC supposedly had the rights to a character, or at least created the character first. So when it came to all the copyright issues being said and done, the character that they had, and that's why I was bringing it up, was because of Teen Titans. So the Teen Titans, one of their biggest villains was a man named Slade Wilson. He was also on the Arrow and stuff.
Yeah, Deathstroke.
Yeah, Deathstroke, exactly. So you may not know this, but the reason why Deadpool exists is because Marvel got pissed off at DC for taking the rights, and they were like, okay, we're going to try to purposely make fun of your character. And one of the first releases of it was a Deadpool, a Weapon X soldier, who just was off the walls, crazy, had not really a real train of thought process that was fourth wall breaking, and people loved it. They bought it like crazy, so immediately Deadpool became his own string of things. And what they did, it's like comic book wise, Slade Wilson is Deathstroke's name. In Marvel, it's Wade Wilson as his name, and they did that on purpose.
Like in your face.
Yep, they did that on purpose to say.
That's dirty.
Yep, to get that to DC. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm happy with both of them, though. To be honest, I'm not mad at it. It gave us an amazing comic book series and amazing movies now with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. Oh man, and Ryan Reynolds kills it. He's perfect.
Oh yeah, he was perfect for the part.
So it's excellent, man. It feels good to be able to geek out a little bit with somebody.
Oh yeah. Appreciate it, man.
I want to go back to the gaming though a little bit. So with the gaming, you started playing this Injustice 2, and you started competing online with people.
Yeah. So for me personally, I was competing, but not necessarily for money. I started doing the whole clans and teams thing with Injustice 1. Now, even though the other fighting games did come out, because the people that make Injustice also make Mortal Kombat, I was never really a big Mortal Kombat player in the first place, and a lot of people wanted me to join it, but just wasn't my niche. Injustice 1 was kind of my one little thing that I picked up. And because I didn't play the game until it was so late, I didn't get the game until a year after it came out. The game was already considered to be somewhat dying, or really people were focusing on Mortal Kombat 10 before anything happened.
Move on quickly.
Right. So I never really got to be a part of any type of spotlight or anything until a little bit later, once I got good at the game. And some people were like, oh yeah, you're a pretty good player, but Mortal Kombat's out. So that's not really going to happen. But then Injustice 2 came out. So in Injustice 2, I started to take it a lot more seriously. So I started competing at a lot of offline events. I know locally your YouTube channel may not know this, but since we live down here, out in Spring Hill, some areas down in Tampa, I just went to a CEO-sponsored event a few weeks ago, and I got third place there, but every other one I've been winning consistently.
Okay, so that's the third place, which is good. Normally, it was the lowest you've gotten so far, you saying?
Yes, it's the lowest I've gotten so far.
Right here, just because I can't.
Yeah, you can take a left.
Yeah, that tree is blocking the street sign. So
I understand.
But yeah, so that's really cool. That's really cool. Definitely interested. And the people reached out to you. How did the sponsors?
Yeah, so this was kind of cool. So because Injustice 1 was kind of dead-ish, I wasn't really expecting much from it, and then out of nowhere, because people were starting to play Injustice 1 to prepare for Injustice 2 being released, they saw me, and I still played Flash in the first game as well, in addition to other characters, and they saw me playing, and they were like, oh my gosh, you're amazing, we need to pick you up. So teams started fighting over me and stuff, and then once the dust all settled, I started to become part of a team that is now known as Team Imperial. So we're actually trying to really develop ourselves, just the team-wise. It's not necessarily the sponsorship. This is the team that I'm part of.
Right. The sponsorship is separate from the team.
Right. So this team, we're actually trying to grow this into something really big and cool for players that play not just Injustice, but other fighting games as well. And we actually are going to have a website up in about 2 weeks, give or take, maybe another week. And the idea is that any new player that's new to fighting games but doesn't really know what's happening, or if they are used to what's happening but they want to level up their gameplay to start competing at the highest level, you can end up coming to us, and we're going to have trainers on hand and stuff. They want me to be one of the head, I guess, I don't know if coach is the right word, but one of the main guys that ends up supporting this as well, since I'm going to be competing at these tournaments consistently and stuff, kind of have a name brand out there, So that's kind of the goal of the whole thing, to see how far we can really take this.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a believer. Sky's the limit.
Yeah, for me personally, even though I do like stream, and obviously right now I'm going to be playing the crap out of Injustice 2, I'm really debating about for the first time playing Mortal Kombat 11 when it comes out. Just because I'm a fighting game player now, I'm kind of interested to see where I go with it. And then the next thing I'm going to be doing, though, is I will be growing my own Twitch and YouTube channel as well, where it won't just be the fighting games. I'll have story mode games. For example, one game I really want to end up playing on my Twitch and YouTube is going to be the new Spider-Man game that ends up coming out for the PS4. That game looks amazing, and I'm going to have a full story walkthrough, have subs, you know, I'll end up watching and stuff, live stream it or whatever.
So, yeah, man.
Yeah, it's this house on the right here.
This one here?
Yep. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man, it was like this. Batman, Spider-Man, Wolverine were my 3 favorites. And it's kind of like, I couldn't tell you, I would say probably Wolverine and Spider-Man are kind of like tied. Like I said, Batman I put above all of them, but even that is kind of close to call. But yeah, man. And then when it comes to the Spider-Man games, just something about them. It's like when you're web swinging through, it just feel like I'll spend 10, 20 minutes all of a sudden realize I've just been web swinging the whole time. Hey man, we definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, nice meeting you, man.
It's definitely good, man. You gotta get on there. Hey, check out my boy. Where they gonna find you?
Oh yeah, you can find me at Dynamic Gaming on YouTube. There might be another one up there, but if you're looking for it, it should be a big red D with a lightning bolt going through it. So hope to see you guys there sometime.
And Twitch, you said, right?
Yeah, Twitch will also be Dynamic Gaming, same exact thing, big red D with a lightning bolt through it.
All right, man. Definitely check them out, man.
All right, thank you so much. What's your YouTube channel, by the way? I never got to ask.
Oh, it's Confessions of a Rider.
Confessions of a Rider.
We got Evan back on the ride.
Yep.
It's awesome, man. So I was thinking about, man, I had so much fun geeking out with you the other day, man.
Same, actually. Yeah, it was really fun the other night.
We should do it more often. I love doing this with you, man.
Same, man. We should probably start something up here.
Look at that. That means it's meant to be. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do. We call it the Geek Out series. How about that?
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
We're gonna Geek Out series. We're gonna start the Geek Out series. Stay tuned. I got an idea. Infinity War coming out.
Yeah.
We should do a review.
I'm down for that.
Hey, so stay tuned. We're gonna start out. We're gonna do this more often. We're gonna geek out comic books. We're gonna do the Infinity War review. That's gonna be awesome, man. Definitely.